It is great to be here, especially in Park Heights.
Yeah.
As we celebrate further and deeper accomplishments of Safe Streets. We are honored to be here today with Director Mavronis from Muncie, Adam Rosenberg, Executive Director of LifeBridge Health Center for Hope. I want to say again, thank you to LifeBridge for going and leaning all the way into this work to cure violence in Baltimore City. Even when they get pressure from outside forces who don't understand what we're trying to do and have no clue about what's happening when you're trying to save lives in the city of Baltimore. Thank you, LifeBridge, for ignoring the noise and not just doubling but tripling down on the work to cure violence in Baltimore. I want to recognize Tawana Taylor, representing Councilman Conway's office, Miss Maxine and Miss Joyce with Councilman Scheifler's office, who have known me all of my life. Miss Harris with Delegate Ruff's office. I know that Ty from Councilman Middleton's office is going to be here. But most importantly, our Safe Streets Belvedere, Franklin Square, and Park Heights family, good afternoon. Today is a great day because we're celebrating not just one, not two, but 3 Safe Street sites who achieved over 365 days without a homicide in their catchment zones. And having grown up right here in Park Heights and seeing the obstacles that this community faced and overcome during my lifetime, we know that today is critical, important, but also is personal for me. Very, very personal, because I remember a time when we felt like we didn't go 2 days without someone getting shot, let alone 365 days. We have our Belvedere and Park Heights sites who have gone 436 and 404 days respectively and counting without a homicide in their zones. As well as our Franklin Square site, welcome to Park Heights, Franklin Square, who had 373 days without a homicide from June 26th to July 3rd, 2024, June 26, 2023. And even though they had an incident break their streak, they immediately mobilized to stabilize the community and prevent further violence, demonstrating the valuable work that our Safe Streets staff do across the city. These achievements are a testament to the work that the Safe Streets family does each and every day to build the relationships with and in the communities they serve and leverage those connections to intervene in conflicts and prevent them from escalating into acts of violence. For those who may ask me those questions all the time, Safe Streets is not an office job. It's a community job. And they're going to be in the community, building relationships, talking with the people in order to prevent violence, not sitting behind a desk pushing papers. And no matter how many people try to undermine this work, we know its values, and as I always say, women lie, men lie, numbers do not. And as of this morning, homicides across Baltimore are down 29.3%, and non-fatal shootings are down 36.5% this year. That, of course, is on top of the historical reduction of 20% that we did last year. But make no mistake, this work makes a difference as we are on the hunt to zero, because none of us will be ultimately satisfied until there is nobody losing their life in Baltimore. This work is about the people, Baltimoreans who live and care about the communities where they work, Safe Street staff who have dedicated their lives to the mission of building safer communities and even put themselves in harm's way to do this work. The progress that we've made as a city as approaching public safety the right way, treating it as the public health epidemic it is, and we all know it to be, we would not have been possible without Safe Streets. And all of our community violence intervention partners, all of you raise your hands today. I know we have Roka in the building, EB, I see you in the back. Everybody that does this work across the city of Baltimore, thank you, because the work saves lives. To our staff, know that I have your back. You know that I don't care how much they yell and scream and say that I don't know what I'm doing, and I say, well, the numbers say something different, and how much they don't believe in your work. I believe in you and in the work, and that there's nothing that they can do about it because they got me for at least another 4 years. No false narratives. Nothing they're going to do is going to push it. So understand and know that Safe Streets is here to stay. Thank you for everything you do. And to our Belvedere, Park Heights, and Franklin Square teams, congratulations on your achievements. We know that there's more work to do. Together with Muncie, Catholic Charities, the Center for Hope, all of our partners, we will continue to pour our hearts and minds into strengthening this program and supporting our frontline staff. You have my word. But before I turn it over to Director Mavronis, in recognition of these milestones, I have a couple citations to present. So let me pull them out. And anybody knows me, I hate actually doing citations, but this is one that I'll actually enjoy giving out. All right. This one is for, and I'll just read one. Actually, I'll read all three. They say a little bit different. This is a certificate of recognition. On behalf of the citizens of Baltimore, I am pleased to present this certificate to Safe Streets Franklin Square in recognition of your efforts to mediate conflicts, promote nonviolence, and connect teenagers and young adults with the resources they need. Thanks to your work, the Franklin Square community went 365 days without a homicide. On behalf of the people of Baltimore, I commend your team for an outstanding job reducing violence in Franklin Square. Congratulations and thank you very much. All right, next, this certificate of recognition is, on behalf of the citizens of Baltimore, I am pleased to present this certificate to Safe Streets Park Heights. In recognition of your efforts to mediate conflicts, promote nonviolence, and connect teenagers and young adults with resources they need, thanks to your work, Park Heights has gone 365 days without a homicide. On behalf of the people of Baltimore and Park Heights, I commend your team for an outstanding job reducing violence. Congratulations. And last but certainly not least, especially where we're standing, this is a certificate of recognition. On behalf of the citizens of Baltimore, I'm pleased to present this certificate to Safe Streets Belvedere. In recognition of your efforts to mediate conflicts, promote nonviolence, and connect teenagers and young adults with resources and the services they need, thanks to your work, the Belvedere community has gone 365 days without a homicide. On behalf of the people of Baltimore, I commend you for your outstanding job reducing violence. Congratulations. All right. And now I think I am turning it over to you, Director Mavronis. We'll turn it over to Muncie Director Mavronis. Ma'am.
Thank you, Mayor Scott. I'm Stephanie Mavronis. I am privileged to serve as Director of Muncie, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement. Thank you all so much for being here. It is amazing to see this turnout today. Muncie, along with our site administrators, Catholic Charities, and LifeBridge Center for Hope, oversee the Safe Streets Baltimore program. First, I want to acknowledge the site directors from the 3 sites who have joined us today for this celebration. Our gracious host, Emmanuel Tarrant Bay, who leads the Belvedere site. JJ Hughes, who is the site director for Park Heights. And Mia Davis, who's the site director at Franklin Square. Truly, thank you for your leadership and congratulations to all 3 sites for achieving these milestones. Our Safe Streets sites are strategically located in areas with disproportionately high rates of gun violence. So the work that goes into having over a year without a homicide in these 3 catchment zones cannot be understated. It's not a coincidence. Let's talk about the work. From engaging their communities to conducting mediations, Safe Streets staff show up for Baltimore and work to build safer communities every single day. This work is a critical component of the mayor's all-hands-on-deck approach and one significant part of how Baltimore has been able to make the reductions in homicides and non-fatal shootings that the mayor mentioned earlier. And as of the end of August, our Safe Streets teams have mediated over 946 potentially violent conflicts across the city of Baltimore. That deserves some applause. These accomplishments confirm findings from the evaluation done by Dr. Daniel Webster at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health that the program works and it pays dividends. It's not just about the numbers. This work saves lives, and together we're demonstrating the immense value of treating violence as a public health issue. We know for every $1 invested in this program, Dr. Webster's evaluation found a $7 to $19 social and economic benefit from the work that Safe Streets does. And so again, this program is paying dividends and saving lives. For anyone who wants to learn more about the program's impacts, I invite you to visit the Reports and Resources page on Monty's website. We have quarterly and annual reports. You can see mediations, violent crime per district, community events. And while there's certainly more work that needs to be done, let us take this time to celebrate these impressive accomplishments made possible by the relationships and credibility that our staff have in the communities they serve. We know that investing in Safe Streets and supporting staff is the right thing to do. And as the mayor said, we are committed to this work and will continue to invest in and strengthen Safe Streets. Thank you. And with that, I will turn it over to our site administrator partner for Belvedere, Park Heights, and Franklin Square, Adam Rosenberg, Executive Director of LifeBridge Health Center for Hope. Adam?
Thank you. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. This is a great day to be out here, isn't it? I'm Adam Rosenberg, Executive Director of our Center for Hope and the Vice President of Violence Intervention and Prevention at LifeBridge Health. Today we do gather to celebrate this extraordinary milestone of 3 of our Safe Street sites having gone a full year without a homicide, and these 2 Park Heights community sites that neighbor our Sinai Hospital right down the street without a homicide for over 400 days. That is incredible. This is really a shining example of what we can accomplish when we come together as a community, united in our commitment to safety and well-being. Our communities do a community health assessment every couple years, and our 2024 community health assessment indicated that the number one health concern of our communities was gun violence and neighborhood safety. Above all other concerns there, gun violence was number one. Gun violence remains the leading cause of death in children in America here. Not just Baltimore City, not just Maryland, but America here. And the trauma caused by gun violence and experienced by individuals and communities is immeasurable. And that's why we're in this work. At LifeBridge Health, we care bravely. And these efforts to end violence in Baltimore is critical in this response to a public health crisis. This is our community and our backyard at Sinai Hospital, and we're invested in keeping it healthy and safe. I'm so proud of everyone I get to work with at LifeBridge who's contributed to this milestone. Our Safe Streets workers, our hospital violence interrupters, our trauma counselors, our mental health professionals at the Center for Hope have all played crucial roles, and that success reflects the comprehensive and collective efforts of our entire health system leaning into this. This comprehensive approach to violence goes beyond the Safe Streets teams. In fact, we are the only health system in America who employs, as part of the same team, community violence interrupters like Safe Streets, hospital violence responders at Sinai and Grace, and care management professionals within our Center for Hope. And as a result, we're seeing remarkable progress. And throughout our health system, since 2020, we have seen a 42% reduction in gunshot wounds treated at Sinai Hospital. 42%. That is an extraordinary drop in number of people who come in there. Thank you, Jamie, and your team who respond to that on a regular basis. Each success is valuable on its own, but together they significantly impact communities like ours. And in the coming months, you'll continue to see LifeBridge Health's commitment to preventing gun violence and promoting safeties throughout all of our communities, from Franklin Square in West Baltimore to Carroll Hospital in Westminster. Our partnership with you, Mayor Scott, and Monty, our partners in government and Catholic Charities. I see our friends from Roca here. I see friends from We Are Us here. I see people from MedStar Health. I mean, we're all in this together there with our community organizations who highlight this unwavering commitment to prevent gun violence and from tearing apart our neighborhoods and adversely impacting childhoods. These are proven strategies that support victims and their families and interrupt violence. Together, we're making a difference, and I urge each of you out here in our community to join us in this vital mission. And let's work together to create a future free from violence. A future free from violence. That deserves something, right? I also want to note, as people have mentioned to me, Taylor Smith from City Council President Mosby's office is here. Thank you for being here. And I have to mention Martha Nathanson, who, without your decade-long efforts, this site would not be here today, and these efforts wouldn't be working. You're working with Delegate Sandy Rosenberg, but thank you so much for making this happen here, Martha. Thank you, Mayor Scott, for entrusting us with the management of these sites, and everyone in your office for partnering with us on Safe Streets and all of this violence interruption work. And I definitely want to acknowledge our Center for Hope team for their continued and unwavering commitment to this. In closing, at the Jill Fox Center for Hope, which I invite you to come see, we're just a half-mile down the road where much of this follow-up treatment takes place. There's a large quote on the entry walls that I get to see every day when I come to work. It's from Amanda Gorman, and it states, "There is always light, if we're only brave enough to see it, if we're only brave enough to be it." Please, together, let's all be that light for this community here. Thank you all very much. And with that, I want to turn it over to Dose Emmanuel, who is our site leader here at Belvedere, to give some remarks. Emmanuel?
First and foremost, how everybody doing?
Hi.
My name is Emmanuel Tarrant Bay. I'm the site director here at Safe Streets Belvedere. First, this looks beautiful. I just want to say all these faces, this looks really, really beautiful. I want to thank the words that my main man Adam shared, Stephanie and Mayor Scott. On behalf of Belvedere, I just want to say first, it's a beautiful moment, but this is definitely not just a Safe Streets thing. This is a collaborative effort with the entire CVI network, community partners, community members, anybody that's concerned with the community. And this great thing, though, it all starts with our interrupters. They are the frontliners, as we would say, of the work. And so I want to give a special honor to my two frontliners, Buddha and Brother House on location. We call them the Bouncer and the Bear. They do a marvelous job, but indeed it's a powerful thing. Anytime these interrupters come out here and put their life on the line, intervening in the affairs of other people's lives so everybody can go home with their life, is a powerful, powerful thing. So I think they deserve much, much honor. I don't want to get too caught up in the nostalgia of the moment. I know historically sometimes we get overly vainglorious in our achievements, right? So I just want to say that there's plenty of work to do. When the cameras and all these things leave and we stop eating and having fun, our reality is still going to remain. Yeah. So the highest honor goes to the community. I'm talking about the hood. I'm talking about the trap. I'm talking about the hustlers. I'm talking about all those that's in the life. Because none of this can be done without your cooperation. And so you deserve a loud recognition and scream, because, man, this is all for you. And so we're going to continue to do the work, and whatever part we can play in this great network, we'll continue to do. And I thank you all for showing up.
Woo! Thank you. Next, I want to invite JJ Hughes up to the podium to talk about Park Heights. JJ?
Yeah. I ain't like those, y'all. I gotta write my little words down, y'all. I got it. I do want to say first, thank y'all, everybody, for coming out here, y'all. I'd like to thank y'all for coming out, helping us celebrate our 365-day plus celebration without a homicide. While that's not an easy job, that just goes to show what we can do when we all work together and come together on the same common goal. With that being said, I want to give a big shout out to my team. My supervisor, Stu, he out of town right now, so I'm going to hold it down for him. His birthday tomorrow, so I'm going to hold it down for him. My VPC, Gaia. Shorty, you came in. You got right to the work, Shorty. You took so much off my back, and you helped the team out so much. So I want to give you a big thank you, a big thank you. Tay, and then my VIs, Tay, Lil Scoop, and Big Brother Reggie. Come on. Tay gonna run over there. I want to give these guys a big shout out because every day these guys get up every morning and go out and engage in the community on a consistent basis. Whether it's the store owners, community members, community leaders, dope fiends, dope dealers, whatever. They in it every day doing the work. That's how we come up with 365 days plus. Y'all really getting out doing the work, engaging in the community. And I want to give a special thank you to Farmer Chippy, Mama Margie, Miss Tish, my Creative City school leaders right here, and it was formerly known as Malcolm X, and Miss Brittany from Tawan Direct. I want to thank y'all for all the continued support, advice, and love that y'all pour into me and my team every single day. I really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Together, we are making a significant difference, and I'm honored to be part of this journey. Once again, thank you all for your continued support and commitment to this vital cause.
Hey, rounding out this great trifecta is Mia Davis, who's our site leader, our site director at Franklin Square. Mia?
All right, so first I want to give a shout out to my team, my supervisor who's not here because, he had surgery, so let's send a prayer out for him. Speedy recovery. I want to give a shout out to my VPC, Miss Preddy, Denise Preddy. She came in and rocked the house. But most importantly, I want to give a shout out to my VIs, Antonio Smallwood, DeAndre Ross, and Malik Patterson, as they hit this pavement every single day and do this work. All right. As today marks a remarkable milestone, 365 days, my apologies. Franklin Square had 373 days without a single homicide. Although there was a shooting on July 3rd that broke the streak, like our mayor said, my team is dedicated to doing the work we do every day to prevent violence and save lives. This achievement is a testament to hard work, commitment, and dedication of each and every one of you. This success belongs to you and our steadfast team members who have poured your heart and soul into the mission and motto of this work. Your relentless efforts, your unwavering focus, and your compassionate approach have made our streets safer, our community stronger, and the future for the ones that come after us so much brighter. You have shown that change is not only possible, but can be sustained through perseverance, unity. And when I say unity, I don't just mean coming together just because it's for a good cause, but because it's what's living this life and doing this work entails. We all do this work every single day in our own daily lives without even knowing it. The only difference between Safe Streets and the rest of the community is we wear bright orange shirts while we're doing it and doing it proudly. However, our work does not end here. With 373, and can I say again, 373 days of no homicides, it's important to recognize that while our Safe Streets team play a crucial role, the impact of our efforts is magnified when the entire community is involved. We need not only those who work directly in our incentives, but also those who stand by and support our mission and motto. And I'm saying as this success is also a collective achievement, one that requires the active participation of every community member, stakeholder, news station, local school, and any other community group and partner. It is also vital to remember that the road ahead is filled with daily challenges in doing this work of changing the norm that shootings and homicides are not normal. Every day we wake up with the opportunity to shape our actions, to decide how we contribute to this cause. We must acknowledge that celebrate our successes. We must also confront our shortcomings and learn from them, something I pride Safe Streets for doing since 2007. Today, I want to thank you all once again for your incredible dedication. Let us continue to work together to support one another, engage with our community. Let us remain steadfast in our mission, knowing that every effort, every action, every decision we make contributes to the safety and well-being of those we serve. Together, we maintain this extraordinary achievement and continue to build a safer, more connected community. Again, to my team, thank you for your hard work and to the mission that drives this forward. Again, thank you to many more successes.
Thank you, thank you very much. So again, let's give a big round of applause for all 3 sites and all the work, everybody in the ecosystem. And with that, we will open it up for a few questions. The microphone for the media, our media friends, is over here. Hold on, give it a second. Tap it again. Uh-oh. Jack, he's coming behind you. Turn it on. Not yet.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Okay. Has there been
Uh-oh.
conversation? Okay.
Nope. You don't worry about it. Keep going. We can hear you.
Has there been conversation about looking at the catchment zones and seeing if they need to be expanded or shifted, or is that happening already?
So I think that the question was about the catchment zones and whether things need to change and whether the work needs to expand. We all know that the work has to change and expand and grow, but we're not just gonna do that in a rushed way. We're gonna do that. That's part of the reason why we had the analysis done of the program. And as we move forward and working with our partners and others to see how we do any changes in expansion, but doing that in a responsible way, learning from the mistakes of the past and allowing the work that we're doing now to be sustained and not trying to grow in a way that will put that hard work that these women and men do each and every day and have done for many years at risk.
If I may add also, one of the reasons that this is successful, this isn't an overnight success, but this is years in the making. And as Emmanuel and JJ shared with me while we were prepping for this event, was it really is due to the relationships that they've built with the community there. And I think that's really key, is not just finding the neighborhoods where there's violence, but also having the neighborhood resources that can help lift up and work together and support these teams to making sure that we can go a year and further without homicide there. And so that's a key part of this.
Emily?
WYPR. I was wondering if Dr. Mavronis or Mr. Rosenberg, if you could briefly speak. I wanted to be sure the 946, was that for these 3 catchment or for total? And a follow-up on that, could you just very briefly speak to the data, like where that data comes from? Is it reported after every shift? You know, how many conflicts are created?
The 946 mediations conducted through the end of August, that's for all 10 Safe Street sites year to date. And then what was your second question?
Yeah, just very briefly speak about how you get to that actual number. At the end of a shift, do workers come say, I mediated X amount of conflicts? Just where did that
For sure. The data comes from the work that our Safe Streets frontline workers do. So at the end of their shifts, they are submitting reports about their mediations, the status of them, and also debriefing with each other to make sure there is an actionable plan to ensure that those high-risk individuals are reached. And so that's data that we review, that our sites review, and help inform the work moving forward.
I know I saw Miss Lisa. Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Can you give a shout out to AJ and Guy?
Oh, yes. And before we close, just give a big shout out to AJ and Gaia for planning, and then let the celebration commence. It's a celebration.
Yeah.